Welcome to Confident Chaos, Leo Nation. Hi, babies. How y'all doing? I am going to do a reading for Leo. I don't have a specific reading in mind, so we're just going to see what comes out. This is my baby channel, okay? The original channel is Confident Chaos Tarot. So if you know me from over there, hey, baby, thank you for following me over here. And if you don't know, go check that channel out. It has all the signs, where this channel only dedicated to Leo. So Leo, you know what? We're going to go straight into singles and relationship. See what comes out. See what set of Leos I am speaking to. If you are new to this channel, welcome, please. Ow, I hurt myself. I'm trying to cook. Ugh, stab my hand. Jesus, it hurts. The littlest cuts hurt. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. This is my baby channel. This is Leo Nation. Okay. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for supporting me. I love you. Being guarded. Okay. So Leo, you could be stingy with your energy right now. Like you're not trying to be around too many people, or you seem aloof, or you just seem guarded. Being guarded, everyone leaves. I feel like you're guarded because of the experience you had with these humans on this planet. And I can relate, right? So I've learned in my journey that everyone that comes to you is, of course, automatically is not your friend, right? But when they come to you and they kind of inquire or overshare, I kind of get guarded because it sends a red flag through me. Like, why are you so quick to share all of your information? What do you want in return? You know what I mean? And on another side, I'm kind of looking at them like, who sent you? You know what I mean? It's just, so I understand the being guarded part. I get it, Leo. Leo, I feel like you want to put yourself out there, maybe to see what's in the dating pool. I don't think you're too impressed, honestly. I feel like you think that, of course, you think there's someone out there for you. Don't get me, because I'm kind of getting the energy off of the cards. So that's why I'm kind of like, pausing before I speak. But I already know like exactly what energy I'm getting. I'm picturing someone that maybe was in a relationship in the past. It didn't work out, right? Maybe your partner left. Maybe you left your partner. Maybe you mutually decided that you needed to leave each other. Whatever, right? I feel like you went into a space where after that separation, you were guarded. Leo likes spending time alone, but our danger is that we spend too much time alone, then we don't want to come back outside. You know what I mean? We'll come out to hunt, to eat, to do what we got to do, but we coming right back in. And I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is that despite you thinking there's no good ones, because that's the card, no good ones and too passive. Besides you thinking that there's no good ones left out there, I want to tell you that there is. I feel like the approach that you're taking is what's preventing you from meeting a good one out there, Leo. So yeah, I guess this is for my single Leos. Yeah. I feel like the approach that you're taking is not ignited enough. Leo is passionate. Why are you holding yourself back? Not my type. Excuses, fear of cheating, loves the answer. Leo, I feel like you're hesitant because of the experience you had in a relationship. Spirit is telling you that you are making excuses for not going out there and really putting a good intention behind meeting someone. You're just making the excuse that there's no one out there. Yes, my heart is open. Yes, I know love's the answer, but I'm still guarded. You know what I mean? And I fear, Leo, that you have a type and you're not deviating from that type. Like, for example, let's say you like the sexy women, right? You like women that have some sex appeal about them, right? I feel like you're closing yourself off by just limiting yourself to women who is brave enough to put on a sexy outfit. You know what I mean? Like, you're making too much of the cover of the book, Leo. You get what I'm saying? You have to be open to different types of people because you may be surprised about who you find. You know what I mean? You have to peel back layers. And in order to get through to someone and get them to pull back layers, you're going to have to stop being so guarded. Honestly, if you want to find a good one, Leo, you're going to have to put yourself out there, baby. And you're going to have to honestly put yourself out there. You're going to have to put yourself out there with intention that you're wanting to meet someone. Okay. That's one spread. Another thing I'm getting, Leo, is that you usually meet people that's a project, or you make them a project in your mind. When you meet people that don't off the bat have something that you can solve, for example, and I'm just going to be honest. Let's say you usually meet people that don't have their own. You have your own space. This is just an example. And the guys you usually date have a job, have a car, they just don't have their own space. You see it as a project, like, okay, I'm going to either help them get their own space, and then I'm going to help them decorate, and it's going to be my little, getaway spot because we're dating. And it didn't turn out that way with one. Something happened with another. This is just examples. So stop looking for that. Don't look for someone because when someone comes and they're the full package, you're kind of skeptical, like, who sent you? You got everything going on. You don't have 15 baby mothers. Who sent you? You know what I mean? I think you're being too skeptical, Leo, and too guarded. You have to let it down. And maybe that wasn't the best example, but yeah. So let me see. What's T? What happened in the past? Because you have a fear of the person, of cheating. So you experienced something with cheating. Let me put them back in. They just kind of slipped out. All right, what is T for Leo? What is T? What is T for my babies? What is T for my Leos? Okay, now get back in there. What's T for my Leos? What is T for my Leos? Let me move you over. Scarcity tactics. Girl fight. Shine. Ignoring. Bankrupt. No facts. Dust it off. Inside scoop. Yeah, Leo, I see why you are guarded. I get it. I feel in the past there was third party issues, and maybe the third party was kind of like at war with you, competing with you, trying to use scarcity tactics, trying to like just harass you, irritate you. I feel like you didn't respond. You ignored them. You kind of took the Michelle Obama. When they go low, I go high. You wasn't paying them no mind, paid them with dust, right? You feel like, because they weren't really like attacking you because they don't know you. You get what I'm saying? They don't have any facts about you. They was making shit up about you. They probably said you were broke and you're just in your relationship for money and blah, blah, blah. They really honestly was trying to get information out of your person, Leo. Like they was trying to get up in your business through like pillow talk. But I don't know if that really worked. Because with no facts here, or maybe your person just didn't share anything with this person, because with no facts here, it's like never has facts, make shit up or lies. So this person was just trying to antagonize you with projection, probably, right? Saying things about you that they were really doing, or things of that nature. So I see why you're guarded. Like spirit, I had spirit put me in my place, because at first I'm like, why are you guarded? Just go out and don't pick the usual, you know what I mean? And spirit is like, no, no, Mel, you got to understand why Leo is reacting the way they're reacting, and reacting this way because bop, 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 this happens, right? But now, okay, so we establish why you're guarded. We establish why you're acting that way, right? We establish why you protect yourself. I get it. This person could have even tried to do some type of divination abuse against you, with divination abuse on the bottom. I feel like you went through the ringer with this person emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And it's kind of like, I don't want to invite another person into my life that has that type of attachment, because I've done the work, right? I'm doing the work. Not I've done it. I'm doing the work. And I know spirit is telling me to come back outside, but are you sure it's safe? Like, is it safe, spirit? Is it safe for Leo to come back outside? Because, whew. Well, I guess spirit is telling you that if you decide to come outside and date, Leo, you cannot choose your usual suspects. Nobody that has a project. Nobody that you want to pick someone that has all their shit together, and you are simply there to get to know them, right? Not assisting any issues, any problems, putting their life together. No, you are not a therapist. You're not a doctor. You're not a bank. Okay, Leo? So let's see what's going on. Holy Spirit, what do you have for my Leos? This is the love and money, so let's see what comes out. Ooh, on the bottom, money came out, successful. So something you're doing is going to be successful, Leo. Just be careful of seeking validation, because you're going to get some type of spotlight. It's going to inflate your ego, kind of. Don't depend on that, right? Don't start getting validation through that, okay? Because it's going to be unstable. Remember, the spotlight only brings momentary joy, okay? It might bring material abundance, but with this material abundance, don't forget to keep your spirituality in check, okay? We don't want to run into spiritual scarcity, okay? And look, scarcity tactics, divination abuse. Yeah, I think this person tried to do everything to get you out of your person's life. We didn't even touch on your person, because it kind of seems like you walked away from that person. This is just what I'm saying from the cards, because spirit is advising you to go out and date. So we'll see. We have gambling. We have mimic chest, and we have consumerism. Let me look at these cards. Give me 1 second, Leo. Leo, your partner could have been very materialistic. I feel like part of the problem in the relationship too was that they were always chasing money. I feel like in their greed, they lost sight of what really mattered. And then you guys just grew apart. So what the cards is telling me is their part and what happened with them. On their side of things, what they see, they're not even talking about a third party, because I think for them, the third party was not an issue. It wasn't something that they felt would break down a relationship or could break down a relationship, right? It wasn't like they were looking to replace you, Leo. But I feel like in the pursuit of money, in the pursuit of leveling up, in the pursuit of advancing in life, they lost sight of what really mattered. And whatever they were chasing, whatever dollar where they were. Maybe the third party is connected to the money. Maybe the third party had some money, Leo, and that's why they went towards that person. I really felt like that hit you, Leo, you know? Like, how much money do I need to have to keep somebody in my life? Because that's the first thing I got in my mind when I see everyone leaves. Oh, Leo, please, Leo. I'm a Leo sun, so you know I'm not about to let y'all even go down the path of woe is me or victim mentality. I just hope that I'm picking up on old energy, and maybe you did go through a time of that. But please, Leo, if someone is in your life and the only way they think they can level up is to attach themselves to someone else, then you don't need, be happy that they attach themselves to someone else, because I feel like this person, when they met you, you inspired them. They were inspired by your energy, your handsomeness, your beauty, right? Depending on who I'm speaking to. And yet their pursuit of material success left them with little room for this connection to grow. They were so focused on up in their class level, making more money, presenting a certain image. So yeah, I feel like this person wants you to know that they'll always care about you, Leo, but in their mind, money is more important. Anything tangible is more important than feelings and love and caring. Because this person is very 3D. This person is, I can almost bet, if they even talk about spirituality, baby, they don't have no idea what they're talking about. They you need to school them. Well, if you care about them, you need to school them. Love is the highest frequency. It's love and light. Why do you think we say that? It's the highest frequency. This person doesn't think so, Leo. This person is the dollar bill, y'all, the almighty dollar. So if they left you for someone, it's because they thought that person had more money. If they left you for someone, it's because they thought that person was going to have a better effect on moving them up in life, Leo. So mm, let's not even spend no more time on this person. So you told me how Leo reacted to everything. You told me Leo hesitations, the fear of cheating, excuses for getting back out there, right? Even though Leo still holds on that love is the highest frequency, love is the answer. Love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent, but love is the frequency that you need to sit in. Being closed off, being hateful, being miserable is not going to attract what you want, Leo. Okay. Anyway, that's not Leo's timing. Leo is in that energy. They're definitely off base. Leo is the sun. Leo's going to bring the happiness no matter what we go through, right? So, okay, we seen your energy. Then we saw why you're in this energy. Now we're seeing the person that put you in this energy. Okay, let's pull some tarot now. Oh, I almost dropped the cards, Leo. I'd have been very upset if I would have to pick up 78 cards off the flow. Okay. Holy Spirit, what is Leo's energy? Hold on, Leo. We're going to get a full story of what happened. And this is my last reading of the day, so I'm not rushing anything. All right. Let me see if the cards are in reverse. So hold on. We're going to try to get the full picture. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to split the deck, honey. Okay. Past energy for Leo. Yuck. In the past, you had to pull back. You had to let go. You had to get some type of control over something. Four of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Five of Cups. Is this financial? Or is it feelings? Why did you need to pull back? Money or love? Money or love? Money or love? Money or love? Why? Because you could be going through something financially, and Four of Pentacles is showing me that you're saving money or being conservative. Or you could try to get control over something with your feelings, something that you feel you lost judgment. Okay, so, but you're still not telling me, is this inner work? I think it's love. Okay, I think it's love. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, working with someone. Yeah, so it's love. But Three of Pentacles can also be money, right? Because Pentacles is about money. But I'm going to go with my intuition. I'm going to say for some of you, yeah, it's money. But for some of you, it's love. I feel like you had to pull back and surrender in the past and really go within and change your perspective because you felt like you was losing control over something, or you regret losing control over something, a relationship. What were you trying to control? I feel like you question yourself about even trying to control a relationship with Judgment here. Yeah, but it's something you wanted to work on in the past. You're calling Judgment on. You tried to control it. You couldn't, so you pulled back. You tried to control it. You couldn't, so you pulled back. Okay, hold on. What's in the present? We have the Nine of Pentacles. So in the present, you feel self-sufficient. In the present, you know you have options. Seven of Cups. Okay, so in the present, Eight of Swords. All right. For some of you, it is money too. You're up worrying about something. You are trying to get to a space where you're self-sufficient, where you're finally in a place where you have financial independence, and you had options in the past to get you here, but you're worried about it. Why are you worried about this in the present? Why are you worried about these options? Hold on. Fell on the floor, child. Why are you worried about these options? The Hermit. Why do you need to have a painful ending? Okay, I got it. Leo, in the past, whatever this relationship was, you were trying to control it to a certain extent. Leo, I mean, that's Leo. Right? We were trying to control the outcome to a certain extent, but you just couldn't. And you had to pull back and call judgment on yourself. Like, I feel like you checked yourself. Like, am I really doing the right thing? Am I really working for the good of both of us? Or like something you were looking at that you, and this is weird. This must be, I don't know. Just take it as it resonates. It makes sense to y'all, okay? You pulled back. Like, I'm trying to control a relationship, or I'm trying to control a collaboration, and it's not coming out the way that it's supposed to. So let me call judgment. Let me try to put this in a new phase, and let me, figure this shit out. In the present, maybe you did figure it out. You had different choices, or you were going through your different options, or picking out what's illusions in the situation. Like, was I really approaching this the right way? Was I really seeing this the right way? You know what I mean? Like, just, how can I explain it? I want to explain it how I feel it. I'm sorry, Leo. How can I explain it? I'm going to try to give a scenario. In the past, you were dealing with someone. I'm going to go back to the past so it could lead and make sense. In the past, you're dealing with someone. The relationship is going well, but you could see that it could do better. You try to change, you try to direct the direction of the relationship. That's the control right there, right? you see that by you doing that, you receive some type of opposition from this person. Maybe they pushed back. Maybe they started acting out. Maybe they started rebelling against the relationship. And so you had to pull back and call judgment like, well, maybe I'm going at it the wrong way, because the first thing Leo do is introspection. So you step back and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way because I'm not getting the results I want. Move into the present. You realize you have many different options how to go about this, and control doesn't have to be one of them. You started figuring out that if you focus on yourself, Nine of Pentacles, that's like independent, self-sufficient nature. If I focus on myself and what I'm building for myself, and maybe build some financial independence for myself, I can move away from this. This is what you all thought about in hermit mode. It's kind of like how can you say best revenge is my paper? It's like focusing on myself, focusing on my stability, focusing on my money and the things I have tangible to me, right? And this came about in hermit mode because something about this relationship really had you fucked up, right? Ten of Swords is here. But once you did that, Ten of Swords is all about painful endings, but brand new beginnings. So in the present, you're approaching a brand new beginning. If it's in this relationship, you're going to learn how to approach it better to get a better response. If it's a whole new relationship, like when I see up there, Spirit trying to urge you to go out, it's going to work out for you. Okay? What's going on in the near future? Let's see what's going on in the near future for Leo. What's going on in the near future for Leo? And don't get it twisted. This is a general reading, so I could be picking up on one set of Leos, the other set, okay? So you don't have to link the stories like I'm linking it. Put yourself where you fit. Oh, shit. We have Five of Swords. Some type of sneakiness in the near future. Or it could be you winning at all costs. What is this Five of Swords for Leo? Ace of Pentacles. You're going to beat somebody out for an opportunity, Leo, in the near future. Oh, shit. Get it, Leo. Ace of Pentacles. I love that. You can have a new career, a new financial opportunity, a new venture, a new side gig. You're going to have something new that's going to bring some dollars in the near future. And Ace of Wands. And, okay, Leo. See, I love this. All right. So you can link them all because I was right. See, Spirit tells me when I'm wrong, but Spirit tells me when I'm right. This relationship in the past that you tried to steer where it went, this is in the past. In the present, you're realizing that you have many more options. You don't have to try to control this. You can move out in the world and do something else. So this Ten of Swords is like a period, but then we start in a new sentence because you're starting something new. What you're starting new now is, if you had trouble changing jobs or getting a new venture or getting something off the ground, that's all going to change. If you were in competition for something that affected your money, you're going to win. Then we move to the Ace of Wands. That's all about another new project. So something new is coming in. Or let me see another card for the Ace of Wands. This could be new love. Nope, it's money, Pentacles. I love it. Seven of Pentacles. Leo, you can expect in the near future it's going to be some type of financial bump up, baby. It's going to be something that you can actually invest in and see grow. I'm sorry, this is not the Seven of Pentacles. Jesus Christ, is the Eight of Pentacles. Something that you're going to, but it's still the same thing. You're going to still see it grow, right? This is something you put hard work in, okay? Ooh, I love that. Okay, so that's in the near future. In the near future, expect a great opportunity that you're going to beat out competition to get. So I love that. Now let's get your energy. What is Leo's energy right now? What is Leo's energy right now? Yeah, you making plans, baby. Two of Wands, planning. What else? Two of Swords. Oh, you're in the decision stage. 2 and 2. Twos is balance and duality. You're trying to balance out what you're going to do, Leo. You could have an offer from an Aries or a Libra. Regardless, you're making plans. So in the near future, if you have this, you're in the energy now making a decision on how to get to this, or it's coming to you. So if you're getting a new job right now, you're in a space where you're applying for jobs. Two of Wands. And maybe Seven of Cups, you have all of these options, right? In the present moment. So in the present moment, even in the background, you have a lot of options coming towards you. And this Two of Wands and Two of Swords is connected to that, because it's going to be a difficult decision, but you're going to beat out competition. Oh, okay. What else do we have? We have the Seven of Swords, and it fell sideways. So I feel like, honestly, this is you strategically making this decision. This is your energy. So this is what you're going to be focused on. The plans that you're making, what you're going to decide to do, right? Weighing your options, and you're going to be strategic while you're doing it. Like, it's not going to be something that you're just going to jump into. You're going to weigh your pros and cons before you get into it. Okay, Leo. Now, what's going on in your environment? We have a mother figure, Empress. Chariot. She could be a Cancer. Or she could be on the move. Why do we have the Empress and the Chariot? We have the... No, I'm not taking those because I didn't see how it fell. I'm not taking them. Why do we have the Empress and the Chariot in Leo's environments? Holy Spirit, why do we have the Empress and the Chariot? Page of Cups. So this could be you, Leo. I mean, this is your environment, but it could be you leaving. You could be moving. You could be relocating. You could be getting in your car and just driving, and you're going to take your kid with you. I see a Page of Cups here. I don't know. Are you changing environments, Leo? Because that's what it's indicating. It's not telling me anything about your current environment, Leo, because you might be changing environment soon. If you don't know, you probably relocate for this new opportunity or relocate for something. Give me another card for the Empress, Chariot, and the Page of Cups. Eight of Swords. Why are you having bad thoughts about this move? The Devil. You're attached to an environment that you need to leave, Leo. It's something about an environment that you're attached to that you need to pick up and leave from in order to make this progression. And maybe one of these offers coming in from the Seven of Cups, maybe one of these offers is going to be something where you have to relocate to get it, which would be good for you. So don't take that off the table. Don't keep it out your mind. Keep an open mind, okay? Because it's something about your present environment that's toxic and keep you in a thought, keep you... It fosters a how can I say it? This environment fosters an energy of negative thinking, like a negative loop in your head. And it's all attached to this environment. So if you remove yourself from the environment, you could free yourself of this mental restriction that you impose on yourself, but it's brought on, it's triggered by this environment. So you need to get away from there. And if you have a kid, I feel like you're going to pick up your kid and get in a car and leave. What's your hopes and fears? What's your hopes and fears? Oh. That you'll never release fear, that you'll always have inner confusion, Should Leo be worried about this? That's the moon in reverse. You're not going to be, that you're going to have multiple priorities that you're not going to be able to get away from. You're not going to have the time. What is this, Leo? Burdens. In your hopes and fears, Leo, maybe you did or do have multiple priorities. And it's all coming out the moon, Two of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. It's like you're worried about these responsibilities, this hard work, but it seems like you could release this fear because I feel like something is coming to an end. If you were responsible for something, I don't know what's going to happen, but the responsibility is going to shift to where you're not going to have to worry about this anymore. So take it out of your system. If you are responsible for, let's say, other people, right? Miraculously, they're going to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. Let's say you have kids that was on the verge of adulthood. They're going to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. So you're going to be able to put this burden down. So in your hopes and fears, if you feel like you'll never be able to like fully be independent, baby, don't worry about that. You will. And now, what's Leo's possible outcome? Yeah, a lot of stuff is tied up to home life. I think you need to change your environment. What's Leo's possible outcome? Holy Spirit. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Baby, thank you, God. When I tell you God be here, Leo, your outcome is you're going to be able to not only nurture and take care of yourself, love yourself, right? Take care of yourself financially. You're going to be able to do it for others if you choose. And that is the truth. Ace of Swords, you're going to get this breakthrough, this mental clarity to realize like all of the good that's coming to you. You deserve it. Don't be fearful of it. Just take advantage of the energy. All right, Leo, because it's your time. Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Let's pull your money while we're here. Since we're talking about these breakthroughs and all of these opportunities that's coming, what's Leo's money like, Holy Spirit? What is Leo's money like? What does Leo need to do? Learner. Leo, it might benefit you to take a class, learn something, brush up on something. We have learner here. It's never too late to learn something new, whether getting back to academic or just studying on your own. A new skill or knowledge brings efficiency. All right, Leo? So that's a gem for someone. Whatever you're attempting to do, it'll be best if you brush up on it. Try to get the logistics of it, so you can be well versed in whatever you want to do. Okay? Like let's say you want to do something online, right? Well, you want to make sure that you know what's the latest with the topic. Let's say you're doing this AI stuff. Take the courses, take the classes. You know what I mean? It'll probably benefit you instead of trying to learn it off the TikTok University. You might want to, sign up for a little class, even though the cards specify you can learn on your own. If you're one of those people that can put together a little how-to, then baby, do it. All right, Leo, let's see your sexual energy. What's going on with Leo's sexual energy? And I can't show you these cards. I can't even bring them close to the camera because, God forbid, YouTube sees a boob or a nip. So let's move this stuff over here. This is the messiest I have seen my board ever, and I'm a little relaxed with it. I'm kind of shocked. If you've been here before, I'm anal. Like, it has to be straight. I have to see everything. I want you to see everything. All right. What's Leo's sexual energy today? What is Leo's sexual energy today? On the bottom, we have 9 of Pentacles. Leo, I feel like You're setting high standards in that area. We'll see. I'm not taking reversals. Okay. So, Leo, in the past, you didn't have a problem experimenting, being lighthearted towards sex, but you kind of approached it playful, emotional, lighthearted. You didn't really attach too much to it. If the person was able to intellectually stimulate you, yes, that's a plus for you. I feel like that's how you were moving in the past. So they're describing your energy, your sexual energy in the past was more playful, more innocent, down to experiment, but you gotta like spark that intellect, right? And then we moved to the Five of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Justice. Then you started kind of like, I don't know what happened, but you started withdrawing from intimacy. You wanted things to be more committed, more conventional. You weren't trying to experiment anymore. And you wanted it to be on a plane of give and take. You wanted mutual respect. Just as caught in the sexual energy is a give and take energy where we're both satisfied. We're both comfortable. We're both happy, right? And I feel like something in the past took that away from you, Leo, where I don't know if you did one too many experimental shit that you was like, yeah, we've gone too far. I'm not saying you was Diddy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying it became something that you weren't comfortable with anymore. Now you were looking towards more committed, conventional thing. And you needed that mutual respect, that give and take. Okay. Then we moved on to Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Four of Pentacles. You move to a place now where it's like you want to assess things before just jumping in. Are we on the same level right now? Do we want the same thing? Like, I'm not just going to let temptation pull me in. I'm guarding this part of me. I'm kind of closed off. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I did not pull away fully from intimacy. This is you, by the way, Leo. I did not pull fully away from intimacy. I just set a higher standard and I'm guarding my emotions because for whatever reason, whatever Leo I'm talking to, your emotions is directly linked to the sex, to intimacy, which is normal, right? And I feel like you're guarding that part of you because some part of you was injured in that area. I don't know if it's intimacy was injured or I don't know. Or something wasn't reciprocated. I don't know. It's something like that. Something where you didn't get what you gave. And so you pulled all the way back. Nothing is going to put you into temptation. You kind of like mastered that part of you, that intimacy part of you, Leo, which is good. Be careful, though, that you don't come off closed off. Because it could also signal like an insecurity, like you're not comfortable with that part of you. Take your time. Okay? Assess the results of intimacy. See how you feel about it, and then move from there. Don't feel any pressure. You have every right to pull back from something that you don't feel comfortable from. And I'm not saying anything crazy like, it's just emotions, it's feelings. Sometimes you feel comfortable with someone to where intimacy is great because we're both very comfortable with each other and blah blah blah, and then one person wants to take it a step further and maybe I'm not ready to go that step yet, in our intimacy, and that can cause friction. It's not a give and take anymore. It's not mutual respect. You're kind of rushing me to get to a level that I don't want to get to. I have to be comfortable at every step of intimacy with my person. I just feel like you pulled back, Leo, and you're guarding yourself because honestly, nothing up here is saying sex. Nothing. It's like you pulled every card in the deck that's describing the energy, describing the emotion of it, but not engaging. So you have an issue with something attached to the physical act itself. It's some type of spiritual thing, emotional thing, but it's something linked to the intimacy. It's affecting the intimacy. Okay, be careful of guarding. Be careful of being closed off. That's all I could tell you about that. So you could be coming off closed off, Leo, in the sexy area. Okay, be careful of that. But this is what I have for you, babes. I hope it helps. I love you. And I will see you guys next week. I always say next week, and then I come back the next day. So I see you when I see you, which will probably be later today or tomorrow. Please like, share, and subscribe, Leo. And please, the other channel is Confident Chaos Tarot. That's where all signs are, so you can cross-watch for whoever you want. And this is, of course, our Leo Nation. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.